Welcome to Today in Nerd History. The Twilight Zone episode, To Serve Man, aired March 2nd, 1962. In this episode, an alien race comes to Earth promising peace and sharing technology. A linguist and his team set out to translate the aliens' language using a book whose title they deduce is To Serve Man. The Star Trek episode, This Side of Paradise, aired March 2nd, 1967. In this episode, the Enterprise crew finds happiness at a colony where alien spores provide total contentment. Remembering Theodore Seuss Geisel, better known as Dr. Seuss, born March 2nd, 1904, and passed away September 24th, 1991. He was an American children's author, political cartoonist, illustrator, poet, animator, screenwriter, and filmmaker. He is known for his work writing and illustrating more than 60 books under the pen name Dr. Seuss. His work includes many of the most popular children's books of all time, selling over 600 million copies and being translated into more than 20 languages by the time of his death. He adopted the name Dr. Seuss as an undergraduate at Dartmouth College and as a graduate student at Lincoln College, Oxford. He left Oxford in 1927 to begin his career as an illustrator and cartoonist for Vanity Fair, Life, and various other publications. He also worked as an illustrator for advertising campaigns, most notably for Flit and Standard Oil, and as political cartoonist for the New York newspaper PM. He published his first children's book, And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street, in 1937, and during World War II, he took a brief hiatus from children's literature to illustrate political cartoons, and he also worked in the animation and film department of the United States Army, where he wrote, produced, or animated many productions, both live action and animated, including Designs for Death, which later won the 1947 Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature. After the war, he returned to writing children's books, writing classics like If I Ran the Zoo, Horton Hears a Who, If I Ran the Circus, The Cat in the Hat, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and, of course, Green Eggs and Ham. He published over 60 books during his career, which have spawned numerous adaptations, including 11 TV specials, 5 feature films, a Broadway musical, and 4 TV series. He won the Lewis Carroll Shelf Award in 1958 for Horton Catches the Egg, and again in 1961, And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street. His birthday on March 2nd has been adopted as the annual date for National Read Across America Day, an incentive on reading created by the National Education Association. Happy birthday, John Bon Jovi. Born March 2nd, 1962. John Francis Bon Jovi Jr., known professionally as John Bon Jovi, is an American singer, songwriter, record producer, philanthropist, and actor. He is best known as the founder and frontman of the Grammy Award-winning rock band Bon Jovi, which was formed in 1983. Remembering Karen Carpenter, born March 2nd, 1950, and passed away February 4th, 1983. Karen Ann Carpenter was a singer and drummer who, along with her elder brother Richard, was part of the duo The Carpenters. She was praised for her 3-octave contralto vocal range and drumming abilities. Her struggles with eating disorder would later raise awareness of anorexia and body dysmorphia. She was born in New Haven, Connecticut, and moved to Downey, California in 1963 with her family. She began to study the drums in high school and joined the Long Beach State Choir after graduating. After several years of touring and recording, the Carpenters were signed to A&M Records in 1969, achieving commercial and critical success throughout the 1970s. Initially, she was the band's full-time drummer, but gradually took the role of front woman as drumming was reduced to a handful of live showcases or tracks on albums. While the Carpenters were on hiatus in the late 1970s, she recorded a solo album, which was released years after her death. Briefly married in the early 1980s, she suffered from anorexia nervosa, which was little known at the time. Her death from heart failure at the age of 32, related to complications of her illness, led to increased visibility and awareness of eating disorders. Remembering Desi Arnaz, born March 2, 1917, and passed away December 2, 1986. Desi Arnaz was an actor, musician, bandleader, comedian, and film and television producer. He is best known for his role as the witty Ricky Ricardo on I Love Lucy, where he co-starred with his then-wife, Lucille Ball. Arnaz and Ball are generally credited as the innovators of the syndicated rerun, which they pioneered with the I Love Lucy series. Arnaz and Lucille Ball co-founded and ran the television production company called Desilu Productions, originally to market I Love Lucy to TV networks, and then the Star Trek TV series as well. After I Love Lucy ended, he went on to produce several other TV series, at first with Desilu Productions, and later independently, including The Ann Sothern Show and The Untouchables. He was also renowned for leading his Latin music band, the Desi Arnaz Orchestra. Happy birthday, Gates McFadden, born March 2, 1949. Cheryl Gates McFadden has played Dr. Beverly Crusher in most episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation and in 4 Star Trek movies. She also directed the Next Generation episode Genesis and choreographed the dance routine in Data's Day. She left the series at the end of the first season and was replaced by Diana Muldaur as Dr. Catherine Pulaski in the second season. But thanks to a letter-writing campaign, support from Patrick Stewart, and a personal invitation from Rick Berman, she was brought back to the cast for the third and subsequent seasons. She was absent for all of the episodes of the second season and only appeared in stock footage in Shades of Grey, which was used from the first season episodes Symbiosis and Skin of Evil. During her break from Star Trek, she played Kathy Ryan in the movie The Hunt for Red October, although most of her scenes were edited from the film. She returned to Manhattan for the break, where she performed in a play and took up her pre-Trek teaching activities in acting and improvisation at the New York University's Graduate School of the Arts. She became pregnant with her first child during the 4th season of The Next Generation, learning of the pregnancy only days after performing her own stunts for the episode Remember Me. This explains her absence during the last part of the season, although the directors were able to hide her pregnancy behind objects and Crusher's trademark lab coat. It was briefly visible in some episodes, including The Host. Her son was born over hiatus, and Brent Spiner is the godfather. She is an accomplished dancer and puppeteer. She worked on several Jim Henson productions as a choreographer, but most notably in the film Labyrinth, and also choreographed movement for The Dark Crystal, and made her film acting debut in The Muppets Take Manhattan. In 2011, she began a recurring role as Judge Mallory Jacobs on Franklin and Bash. Happy birthday, Daniel Craig. Born March 2nd, 1968. Daniel Craig is an actor cast as the fictional British secret agent James Bond, 007, in October 2005. His first film in the role was Casino Royale and was released into theaters worldwide in November 2006. His film debut was in The Power of One. Other early appearances were in the biographical film Elizabeth, A Kid in King Arthur's Court, as well as the TV series Sharp's Eagle and the TV series Zorro. He was also in the British made-for-TV movie Love is the Devil, The Trench, and Some Voices. This led to roles in Lara Croft Tomb Raider, Road to Perdition, Layer Cake, and Munich. He followed this with a Bond sequels Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. In 2006, Craig joined the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Since taking the role of Bond, he has continued to appear in other films, such as The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. He made a guest appearance as Bond in the opening ceremony of the London 2012 Olympic Games alongside Queen Elizabeth II. Happy birthday, Barbara Luna. Born March 2nd, 1939. Notable roles include Lieutenant Marlena Moreau in the classic Star Trek episode Mirror Mirror. In The Outer Limits, she played Gabby Christian in the episode It Crawled Out of the Woodwork. She was also in Buck Rogers in the 25th Century as Kuri. She was in Star Trek New Voyages, a fan-created show distributed over the internet and retitled Star Trek Phase 2 in 2008. She has also been in many, many more movies and TV shows. Happy birthday, Lorraine Newman. Born March 2nd, 1952. She was a founding member of the Groundlings and is best known for being an original cast member on NBC's Saturday Night Live, appearing on the show from its inception in 1975 through 1980. She originated the characters of Sherry the Valley Girl and Connie Conehead, among others. Her movie career has been in both leading and supporting roles, as well as a voice artist on TV and movies. Among these were Perfect, American Hot Wax, Holy Moses, Problem Child 2, and a cameo in Mr. Mike's Mondo Video. She also had a small role in Woody Allen's Stardust Memories and in the 1993 movie Coneheads. In 1986, she starred in the syndicated B-movie comedy series The Cannes Film Festival, playing the lead role of Lorraine, the usherette. Additionally, she made appearances on such shows as Laverne and Shirley, According to Jim, St. Elsewhere, E.T., Friends, Steve Martin's Best Show Ever, Amazing Stories, The Tick, Third Rock from the Sun, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Hysteria, Wayside, Danny Phantom, Cat Dog, As Told by Ginger, Rugrats, Seventh Heaven, The Flintstones, Avatar: The Last Airbender. She appeared in an episode of Entourage and Brothers and Sisters, provided voice work for Wall-E, Battle for Terra, Ponyo, Jungle Junction, Cars, Up, Finding Nemo, Monsters, Inc., Barnyard, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Happily Never After, Horton Hears a Who, Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Dr. Seuss, The Lorax, and Wreck-It Ralph. She made a guest voice appearance in SpongeBob SquarePants, Doc McStuffins, and The Fairly Odd Parents. She voiced the Wicked Witch of the West in Tom and Jerry and The Wizard of Oz, and an animated direct-to-DVD film set during the events of the classic 1939 film. Happy birthday, Tracy Coco, born March 2nd, 1961. Tracy Lee Coco is an actress, model, and stuntwoman who worked on Star Trek The Next Generation, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and Star Trek Voyager. She was most visibly seen as Lieutenant J, a regular background character on The Next Generation, between the 4th and 7th season. She was one of the background performers who also appeared in the 3 Next Generation Star Trek movies, Star Trek Generations, Star Trek First Contact, and Star Trek Insurrection. She also worked as a stand-in for Alice Krige, the Borg Queen, in Star Trek First Contact. In the episode Descent, she played one of the Borg drones mentally damaged by Lor's experimentation. On Deep Space Nine, she could sometimes be seen in alien makeup in Quarks, and played several aliens such as an Antikin. She was one of several regular background performers from Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek Voyager who participated in the filming of the interactive movie Star Trek Borg. She is most notably seen as the Starfleet science officer, visible in the corridor above the USS Cheyenne at the start of the movie. She also appeared as an alien bar character in the 1996 video game Star Trek Klingon. She was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and moved to California with her family at the age of 2. She grew up in Santa Ana, California, and graduated from the Santa Ana High School in 1979. Throughout the following years, she started to work as a model and was featured as a model for Alberto Moose in several magazines. She also worked as a model for Revlon, Jimmy Z Ad, Pool and Spa Magazine, 7-Up, the Auto Stereo Sound Magazine, and McDonald's. Beside her work on Star Trek, where she received her SAG card, she was also featured as Marla in General Hospital and as a regular lifeguard in several episodes of Baywatch. Among her film work are Gross Anatomy and Demolition Man. Following her background work in Demolition Man, she was cast as the lead computer voice in the Demolition Man pinball game in 1994. In 1996, she was featured as a bar character in the movie Barbed Wire. Other film work includes Virtuosity and Bulletproof, as well as the 1995 video game Angel Devoid, Face of the Enemy. In the early 1990s, she was part of a group of background regulars who made a promotional tour for Star Trek Deep Space Nine. She is an awesome lady, very fun to talk to. If you ever get the chance to see her at a convention or anywhere, I highly recommend it. Have a great day, girl. Happy birthday, Ethan Peck, born March 2nd, 1986. He had many TV appearances as a young actor, including a young Michael Kelso in That 70s Show. In his first movie role at the age of 9, he was in Marshall. He appeared in the 1999 movie Passport to Paris. He co-starred in the 2008 movie Tennessee, followed by a co-starring role in Adopt a Sailor. He won the award for Best Actor at the 2009 Sonoma International Film Festival for his portrayal of Sailor. From 2009 to 2010, he starred on the TV series 10 Things I Hate About You. In 2016, he starred in The Curse of the Sleeping Beauty and Tell Me How I Die. In 2018, he was in The Honor List. and he plays Spock in Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Live long and prosper, man. Happy birthday, William Hope. Born March 2nd, 1955. Early on, he turned down a major role in Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket for a lead role in James Cameron's Aliens as Lieutenant Gorman, for which he began to receive recognition. Soon after, he appeared as Kyle McRae in the horror film Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. After Hellbound, he went on to a number of movies while working a lot on stage and in radio drama. Seen in Shining Through, The Saint, Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, and Triple X, the regular movie, not the kind of film some of you may watch. He co-starred in The Marksman and The Detonator, and in Submerged. Seen on TV in 9/11, The Twin Towers, and The Last Days of Lehman Brothers, and in theatrical releases, he has been seen in The Walker, Sherlock Holmes, and The Whistleblower. He was in the TV series episodes and was also in The Lady and Spooks and Dark Shadows in 2012. In 2010, he was heard as many of the voices on the Thomas and Friends children's TV and DVD series. He also returned to the horror genre, working in the Solar Films experimental Dark Floors, released in Europe in 2008. He is regularly heard on BBC Radio and is part of the BBC Broken News cast. Remembering Joy Garrett. Born March 2nd, 1945, and passed away February 11th, 1993. She started to work in the entertainment industry in the early 1970s with a supporting role in the science fiction thriller Who. She had guest parts in episodes of Operation Petticoat, Charlie's Angels, Quincy M.E., Husbands, Wives, and Lovers, 13 Queens Boulevard, The Incredible Hulk, Benson, The Stockard Channing Show, and Sanford. She is perhaps best known for her recurring role as Jo Johnson on Days of Our Lives between 1987 and 1993. For this part, she received the Soap Opera Digest Award in the category Outstanding Actress in a Supporting Role, Daytime, in 1989. Between 1983 and 1985, she also played Boobsy Austin in The Young and the Restless. She played Annie Myers in the Star Trek The Next Generation episode A Fistful of Datas. She passed away from liver failure. Happy birthday, Paul Popowich. Born March 2nd, 1973. Who is the actor who played Cadet Tim Waters in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode Valiant. Hailing from Stony Creek, Ontario, he landed his first professional acting role at the age of 15 when he was cast in the 1988 independent Canadian film Tommy Tricker and the Stamp Traveler. 4 years later, he and future Deep Space Nine star Nicole DeBoer worked together as regulars on the Canadian TV series Catwalk. He and DeBoer would work together again 10 years later in the 2004 science fiction comedy Phil the Alien. He made the transition to American TV when he received a supporting role in the 1997 Lifetime made-for-TV movie Any Mother's Son. Shortly thereafter, he had recurring roles as Jasper McQuaid on Beverly Hills 90210. This was followed with his appearance on Deep Space Nine, followed by guest spots on Unhappily Ever After, Nash Bridges, and Promised Land. He also appeared in the 1999 TV movie Pirates of Silicon Valley. He starred in the 2000 independent film Silverman and appeared in the pilot episode for James Cameron's Dark Angel. During the 2000-2001 TV season, he starred as an angel known as Mr. Smith in the second season of the Pax series Twice in a Lifetime. His other credits include a supporting role in the 2003 film Vlad, appearances on Showtime's The L Word, and a recurring role on the NBC series Angela's Eyes, as well as recurring roles on Degrassi, The Next Generation, and the CBC drama Cracked. He also starred in the police drama The Bridge as Tommy Dunn. He also played J.R. Godfrey in Season 1 of the Netflix horror series Hemlock Grove. Remembering Troy Milton. Born March 2nd, 1921, and passed away November 15th, 1995. He was a stuntman and stunt actor who performed stunts in several episodes of Star Trek: The Original Series. He received no credits for his appearances. He served as stunt double for Richard Webb as Benjamin Finney in the episode Court Martial. He later played an Eminian guard in A Taste of Armageddon. During his long career in film and television, spanning more than 50 years, he performed stunts in such films as Giant, Dirty Harry, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, Magnum Force, Blazing Saddles, The Towering Inferno, The Deer Hunter, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and Alien Nation. He also acted in these films and many others, usually in bit roles, going uncredited. He also performed stunts and bit parts in many TV series such as Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, The Twilight Zone, Perry Mason, Batman, The Mod Squad, and Bonanza. Remembering Richard Compton. Born March 2nd, 1938, and passed away August 11th, 2007. Richard Compton, born Richard Comfer, was a director, writer, and producer. He began his career as an actor, during which he appeared in 2 episodes of Star Trek: The Original Series. 2 decades later, he directed the Star Trek: The Next Generation episode, Haven. Along with Larry Dobkin and Andrew Robinson, Compton is one of 3 non-series regulars who both acted and directed on Star Trek. He wrote and directed the 1974 movie Macon County Line and the 1975 sequel Return to Macon County Line. He then turned to directing for TV on shows like T.J. Hooker, Hill Street Blues, Miami Vice, Home Improvement, L.A. Law, Charmed, and The X-Files. He also directed and produced episodes of the popular science fiction series Babylon 5 and Sliders. He was the husband of actress Veronica Cartwright and the brother-in-law of Lost in Space child star Angela Cartwright. Happy birthday, Tom Hand. Born March 2nd, 1973, who played Luther Sloan's son in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode Extreme Measures. He was not credited for this part. He had featured background roles in California, the TV movie All Fly Away, Then and Now, and Tyrone. In 2010, he worked as shipboard human resources manager for Celebrity Cruises. Well, that's it for today, folks. I appreciate you listening, and if you enjoyed the show, please feel free to tell your friends about little old me here. Have a wonderful day.